Hello students. Now let's continue our chapter number 3. So we studied Mughal emperors and Rana Sanga. Now let us see ahead. The brave king. We all are familiar about Maharana Pratap. Maharana Pratap was the majestic ruler of Mewar, Rajasthan, who fought against Akbar of Mughal Empire. Here you can see the picture Maharana Pratap with horse named Chetak. As Akbar attacked Mewar, the Battle of Haldi Ghati took place between Akbar and Maharana Pratap. Akbar was victorious, but Maharana Pratap established his power in the adjoining areas of Udaipur. So the struggle continued. There were several attempts for pacification, but Rana was not ready to leave Chittor. He continued guerrilla warfare. After the defeat Haldi Ghati in 1576 AD. Rana Pratap took the capital to Gonda and continued fighting till the end. Later on, he made Chavand of Durgapur as his capital, and Maharana Pratap died in the age of 51. Now, Veer Durgadas Rathod. So you have learnt here the Hindu kings. All the Hindu kings fought against the Muslim empire. Veer Durgadas Rathod. Durgadas Rathod was the son of Askaran Rathod, the minister of Jashwant Singh, the ruler of Mewar. He compared to Rana Pratap. He did not accept the dominion of Aurangzeb during his reign. Chhatrapati Shivaji. Chhatrapati Shivaji, one of the greatest king of India, was the founder of Maratha Empire. He was born in 1627 AD in Shivneri, Maharashtra. Shivaji, the son of Jijabai and Shahaji, was greatly influenced by his guru Samarth Ramdas and Dadaji Koddev. He conquered more than 40 forts to expand the great Maratha kingdom from small state. He fought with the Mughal emperor Aurangzeb and Adil Shah of Bijapur Sultanate for a long time and finally achieved victory. After his defeat, he signed a treaty with Mughal emperor in 1665 AD. Aurangzeb even imprisoned him, but he escaped cleverly and fought back and won. He was coronated in 1674 AD at Rajgarh and rose to prominence as a Hindu emperor. In addition to being a great conqueror, he was also an efficient administrator and great organizer. His cabinet was known as Astha Pradhan Mandal. He died in 1680 AD. Mughal administration. How were the Mughal administration? The Mughal administration was systematically established by Akbar. In it, the emperor was the center of the rule and head of the council of ministers. He was the supreme commander and judge. A wazir was appointed to coordinate between emperor and administration. He was called Diwan-e-Wazir, a Kul, and was also the head of finance and revenue system. The head of the army was called Mirbaksh. He recruited the army and its officer. He supervised the intelligence system. The spies of the Mughal Empire was known as a Vakinyanvis. There was a department called Mir-e-Saman to look after personal need of the emperor. He was also the head of government factories and the head of the judiciary was Qazi. Then revenue system. Akbar introduced a new revenue system in India which was known as a Mansabdari system. The revenue rate was 1/3 part of the annual produce. The founder of Akbar's revenue system was Todarmal. Mansabdari system was snatched with army as well as the revenue department. Mansab means Jagir and Mansabdar was considered as the chief of the Jagir. He collected revenue from the Jagir and maintained law and order in area. For this, he was given army according to the Jagir. He was considered as the chief justice of area and was transferred at regular intervals. The Mughal Mansabdari system was unique in the world and was the highest paid in the world. So we stop here. Now rest of the part we will study in next video.